Hey everybody, welcome back. This is when cheaters get kicked out in 10 seconds or less.
Yes, you just found out she was the other woman. Okay, story time. 2 weeks ago, I got on the bus. I go to tap on and my Enter card isn't working. The bus driver goes, oh, hey miss, like it's not working. Can you tap again? I said, yeah, and it didn't work. And I was like, okay, sorry, let me just reload it. And my card wasn't working. And I was like, ah. Anyway, the bus driver was like, you can wait up here while you do it. And I said, thanks. And he goes, oh, I like your coat. It's a nice color. I said, thank you. Then I look at him and I see that he's cute. I'm like, okay. I continue to talk to Mr. Bus Driver my entire way home. And he just seems like really sweet and it's just nice and a good conversationalist. So I find a way, I give him my phone number when I get off the bus. And I'm like, my name's Hannah, have a good night. And then he texts me. And I'm like, hey! We text a little bit and then a couple days later we meet up for coffee. And it's pretty short because it was kind of... Don't mind my laundry. Fighting demons, okay? He just texted me. It's a short date because he like had plans with someone else, and I was like, great, go forth. And I had things to do too. It was like a really cute day. He bought my coffee. He was super sweet, and I'm like, great, this is lovely, like super cool. Continue to chat. He sends me his like schedule when he goes to work, so I know what bus route he's on, and I end up catching on the bus like a couple days in a row, just so I could sit there and talk to him. We are talking some more, and I find out that he's pretty religious, and I'm like, okay, it's not me. But to each their own. He says, I'm not looking for a relationship. And I was like, okay. I just sit for a minute.
Religious. Like, one second. We're religious. We're not looking for a relationship. Those things don't seem like they go together, do they? I love Jesus. I just want to...
Do I want to continue to talk to this person casually, or do I want to... I decided that I was here for the plot, so I decided to keep talking to him. Also, I'm lonely. Sunday comes around, I see a show at the Goodman with my friend, and afterwards there are drinks and hors d'oeuvres, and I am yummy, drinky. And he gets off work early that night, and he's like, hey, do you want to hang out? And I was like, hey, I don't know, I'm at this party thing. And then anyway, 10:30 rolls around. He's like, I'm gonna go home. And I was like, hey, actually, I'm done. Do you want to hang out? And he says, sure. The man comes and picks me up, brings me all the way back up north to where I live. And then we hang out, we chit chat, we smooch a little. Drops me off, I go home, he goes home. It's great. A couple days later, we see each other again. And then a couple days after that, we see each other again. I'm like, okay, this is cute. Have a little spring fling. Meanwhile, he's kind of telling me that he's having like weird guilt because he's a Christian. Like, I've never like really interacted with people who were super religious before, just because I wasn't raised religious and no one that I know is really religious. And so I was kind of fascinated. I've never had the Bible or a religious view explained to me like that before, and this is all for the plot. This is all for experimentation. I disagree with all of it, but I'm keeping an open mind. I'm perspective. We're getting a lesson on perspective here, okay? Just trying to like be kind and genuine to other people. On Sunday, he's like, I'm not gonna talk to you today. I have like church things to do. And I was like, okay, buddy.
His wife!
Have fun. He goes, do you want to meet up for coffee on Monday? And I said, sure. Today's Monday. I get a text last night. Hey, I went up to rain check. I had like a big expense come up randomly, and I'm kind of broke until next payday. Okay? I half expected you to cancel anyway because I was anticipating you telling me that you can't see me anymore because you don't want to be deviant or whatever. And he's like, what? No, that's not what I was going to do at all. I said, okay, color me wrong then. Continue to speak, and he's like, you're going to think I'm a horrible person, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, why would I think you're a horrible person? You've been very kind to me, very nice from what I know, chivalrous, gentlemanly. Like, he's like, no, like, you're going to think I'm a horrible person when I tell you what I have to tell you. And I was like, okay. I said to this man, the only thing that could make me think you're a horrible person is if you have an STD that you did not disclose to me. That's kind of where we're at. People do bad things all the time. Like, I'm not thinking that he's doing anything bad. I'm not thinking that there's anything going on, because from what I know about him, it seems like it's religious guilt.
It's religious guilt because he's cheating. He's cheating, babes. He's cheating. That's what the guilt comes from.
It is. And I was like, no, I actually don't. He was like, he goes, I want to wait till in person. And I said, okay, I'm not going to press. I didn't ask. I didn't press. I said, whatever you want, King, that's fine. And he goes, oh, I'm just going to tell you. And I go, okay. And he goes, I have a family. When I tell you, I said, are you joking? like, you're kidding, right? And he was like, no. And I said, a wife and child? He said, yeah. What? The man is 27. Him having a family was so out of the realm of possibility for me. It was not even a consideration in my mind that this man could have a whole family. I was aghast. And then he starts trying to manipulate me, right? And being like, sorry, I cared enough about you to pursue this. And I'm like, bro, if you actually cared about my feelings, you would have said, thank you, I'm flattered, but I'm taken. I have a wife. And he
Period.
goes, oh, I thought you didn't judge, but I guess you do. Sir, you're an adulterer. I'm not religious, but isn't that like one of the biggest sins? And you try to turn it on me and be like, well, you know, I wouldn't have gotten to get to know you this way. And you're such a lovely person, so I wanted to pursue something. And I'm like, this is not the W you think it is, sir. You are lucky that I don't go find your wife and tell her who you are.
You should.
I wish I could find your wife. But unfortunately, I cannot find this man on social media. I have looked. Incredulous. I am incredulous. I did not have being the other woman on my bingo board for this year. So I guess this just goes along with my dating series. I guess I'm making dating content now. Stay tuned for that.
I thought you didn't judge. I thought you didn't judge people who cheat on their wife and family and have children and don't tell you things.
You're so judgmental. How dare you judge me?
Duh, I'm judging you. Like, bombastic side eye. It's the gaslighting for me.
I'm such a victim. You're so judgmental.
Oh God, we have a text. We have a text.
This man wins the award on gaslighting. This is what I said to him right after he told me he had a family, okay? I said, are you dying? Like, are you insane? Like, clinically? I didn't have being the other woman on my bingo board this year. And he says, no, but I'm not the first one to do it. Neither will I be the last. If you want to drop me, fine. I'm not upset if you decide to. I just wanted to be with you, and I just went for it. I would never do this again, though, because as much as I enjoyed being with you, I felt bad the whole time.
Oh, the religious guilt.
I thought I could be that guy for a sec, but I'm not. I say, yeah, dude, I cannot be a cheating enabler. He goes, I mean, I thought you didn't judge, but I guess that's not true either. I say, I'm flabbergasted. He goes, so I guess maybe it was better we did it this way than in person, as in, like, meeting me for coffee and telling me. I said, I don't know what kind of reaction you expected. You having a family was not even in the realm of possibilities in my mind. I don't know, Hannah. I didn't even think we'd get to this point. When men use your name in texts, prison.
Jail.
I said, you could have simply said,
Go to jail.
I would have taken and I would have left you alone. He says, then I wouldn't have talked and met you the way that I have. And what way is that? I say, what have you gained? He goes, dude, I've gotten to know what a sweet and caring person you are. And to me, that counts as something.
Oh, brother. Give me a break. There are so many sweet and caring people out there. And you know who else is sweet and caring? Your wife and child.
It's okay, though, Hannah. I've already felt bad enough for you to just push me down even more on top of it. I'm sorry I put you in this bad situation. Seriously, I am. I'm sorry I cared enough about your feelings to stick around.
Brother, you didn't care about her feelings. The only feelings that you cared about were the feelings in your pants. This wasn't about hurting people's feelings. This was about having your cake and eating it too. That's what's up.
And here's where I pop off, because I'm like, you're not going to gaslight me, sir. This is not happening. I say, what you're not going to do is manipulate me into feeling bad for being upset. If you actually cared about my feelings, you would have told me the truth from the beginning. Sorry I cared enough about you to cheat on my wife with you? Bro, what? Please be for real. If she was your ex, that would be a whole different story, but you actively have a family. That's insane. Y'all ready for this? Doozy.
Ooh.
I'm
Brace
not trying
yourselves.
to manipulate anyone. All I'm saying is I stayed and procured this. I think he means
Procured.
Pursued. He tried to use a big word and it didn't work.
Oh.
Okay. I stayed and procured this because I cared. Because you didn't want someone who used you for just then ghosted you. I didn't want to be that guy. Because I did see you more than just a body. I wanted to give you that.
Oh my God. I wanted to give you that. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for giving me that. What a lovely gift. The gift of you cheating on your wife and child.
What I'm not going to do is let you batter me and judge me for one conscious bad choice that I made when I've been doing right my whole life. When all I wanted to do was just live a little. Who gives you the right to judge me for wanting to satisfy my bodily needs?
How about you satisfy your bodily needs with your wife? Huh?
Did I do that to you? No. What if she was someone who had low libido and I've tried everything to procure and initiate and she wasn't receptive to any effort? He's talking about his wife. I get that you're upset and I'm totally okay with you being upset, but you still don't have any right to judge me when this whole time I haven't judged you once.
What does that mean? Judge you about what? What is there to judge? Judge you about what? What does he mean about that? You gotta find that wife, girl. You gotta find her. You gotta tell her. As a woman with low libido, my boyfriend of 4 years has not stepped out on me a single time. So please, Mr. Bus Driver, sit the down. Listen, Mr. Bus Driver. If your wife has low libido, there are things that you can do, okay? I am certain that your wife would rather you share your needs with her and you can work on that than for you to go and fulfill your needs with another person, okay? This isn't his first affair. Yeah, could be. I gotta say though, you gotta find that wife. Maybe he told you a fake name or something. Google images, babe. See if you can find her.
If you slide in my DMs and you have a woman, 100% I'm ratting you out every single time.
That's
this is not
what's
a
up.
safe space.
This is
Brings
not.
me to my story. So I just got a request from this girl on Instagram and I'm like, we have one person in common, okay? It's a guy. So I'm like, she must be dating this guy. And she wants to see, am I hot? Is he liking my photos? Is he commenting? Like, I already know. You're trying to snoop. So I go on her profile and I see, I mean, he's posted all over her Instagram, all over. And he's even in her bio, she has his name tagged and she has the lock emoji. She's saying like, she's locked and key. This is my man. And I was like, huh, I remember this guy sliding in my DMs actually. So, and then I'm like, has he just started seeing this girl? So I go on his profile. She's not posted at all. She's not in his bio. There's not even one single photo of her.
Red flag.
It looks like how I remember it, just being him. And I'm like, when did this guy message me again? Like, I remember not being interested, but like, I'm just here for the tea now. So I look up his name in my messages, and he messaged me in September. Then I go back to her profile. I was like, when did she start posting him? So she posted him August. And that's actually like her first post even on her Instagram. Like she doesn't have anything prior to that. And this is of last year, like 2023. So he messaged me, he added me in September and then messaged me asking if I went to so-and-so high school. And I did. So I responded and I said, yes, I did, but I don't recognize you. And he said, oh, like, I don't know if we knew each other, but like, what year did you graduate? And then I just ended the conversation. And in December, I posted a selfie. It was a hot one. And he messaged me saying wife material. And I didn't react to it. I didn't comment on it at all. And then, so then I go back to her profile. I was like, what were they doing in December? She's like posting about his birthday, like love of my life. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
So after I pretty much got the scoop of what's going on and what has happened between me and this guy that I had absolutely no interest in. Oh, and by the way, she is absolutely stunning. This girl is so beautiful.
Ugh.
So I don't accept her request because I don't like to accept girls on my profile just for them to snoop. Like, I already know what you're here for. So I message her and I'm like, hey, I see that we have this one guy as a mutual. This is our only mutual connection. What do you need to know, girl? I got you. She hasn't responded yet because I just messaged her, but I am prepared to send her the screenshot so she knows that he's trying to slide in another girl's DMs while she's claiming him. And I'm also gonna have a talk with her. I'm also gonna say, listen, why are you claiming this man? He doesn't want girls to know he's taken. I'm also gonna offer her a loyalty test. I'm gonna ask her if she wants me to message him and see if he'd hang out with me, because I think he would.
That's what's up. I'm sorry, but like, if your man is out here posting on social media and he's not posting you ever, and yet your social media is filled with photos of him and you together and him, etc., What you trying to hide, bro? Why you hiding her? Oh, there's a part 2. Goody.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Part 2 of guys sliding in my DMs. We're spilling the tea. Last we left off was I sent her a message. So this is the message that I sent her. And this is her response. Just take a second to read that.
You're an angel. Been living with him for a year and dating him for a year and found both he's been cheating on me. So I just want to know what the hell's going on. Oh, I'm so sorry, love. First, I want to tell you that you're absolutely stunning. Second, never claim a man that's not claiming you. Oh! That is the gospel word of the day. I see he's all over your profile and even in your bio, and his profile looks like he's single. You deserve so much better. You're way out of his league and he should be dying to show you off. You just literally made me tear up. He says he doesn't post girls. It's just not his thing, so I believed it all. I'm shattered. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, that is all a ploy to so that he can slide into DMs and look single. Because nobody's gonna respond to a DM from a guy if his profile is full of pictures with him and his wife or him and his kids. No way.
So I sent her the screenshots and I said, hey, I don't know him. He added me and we've never met up. I don't know this guy. Now, what I didn't know was that she had already seen our messages. She sends me a photo of her holding his phone with a picture of our messages. So that's why she added me. She wanted to find out if we've met up. Now, this man was so disgusting. She sends me a screen video. This girl did her homework. She did her homework. She came with receipts. He starts sending me a video of his phone, and it's a whole folder of deleted messages of all these girls, the names for these girls. Oh my gosh. I mean, women are saved by location, their hair color. There's gym girl, there's tattoo girl. One girl, it said her name and then blonde, in love. He writes in love next to her name. Oh, then there's girls with Hinge next to their name.
So he's using dating apps.
There's one that said Hinge 3-way. And it doesn't stop there. That's what's nuts, okay? So then he's also, so obviously she knows he's on the dating apps, okay? I don't know if it was her or someone else, but he's on that page, the Facebook page that we all know, ladies. She's posted on that page, and a girl commented that they were supposed to meet up. She matched with him on the dating app. They were supposed to meet up. And then he texted her when they were supposed to meet up saying hey, I have a girlfriend and we live together. Live together. He had to have been talking to about 100 girls. I mean, the amount of messages were insane.
That is crazy.
She tells me, you haven't seen nothing. She's like, you haven't even seen his Instagram or his Facebook.
Oh,
it gets
my
even
God.
worse. She's like, this is just texting. Then she sends me a message. This man messaged, I forgot you can't say this name, but he messaged a corn star. A corn star.
Corn star.
Asking her to film content together. And he also asked her if she would marry him. She didn't respond to any of his messages, obviously. This man is unhinged. And then I'm sure you're like, how could it get worse?
To the bin with you.
How could it get worse?
How could it?
It does. It still
What?
gets worse.
No way.
This sad excuse of a man was sending her... I keep saying words that I can't say. Okay. He was sending her photos. The photos that you wouldn't want people to see.
He does, though.
To other girls trying to arrange a 3-way without her consent. Just sending her to people he doesn't know. Even sending it to people he knows. I mean, oh my gosh.
Brother, how the hell do you find the time to do all of this? Is your life really that boring that your hobby is hurting the people you love? Is that fun for you, collecting girls like Pokemon cards? All right, I'm gonna tell you a very refreshing story that's related to this. Okay, so the Facebook page that she's talking about is called Are We Dating the Same Guy? You can find them in each of your cities, okay? They're private groups. I've never gone into it. I'm sure there's a ton of tea on there, but I've never gone into one of those groups and sourced material from there because it's let's keep this under wraps, let's keep this to be quiet. So a bunch of girls were all in this Facebook group and they were all talking about this guy. Oh God, here he is, this guy. So he was in the Los Angeles Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook group. He found out that he was posted in this Facebook group after all the girls were like, yeah, I'm dating him too. What the actual... He then sued these girls for talking about the fact that he was dating multiple people at once. And it turns out that the lawsuit was dismissed, which means he lost. He lost. The lawsuit was against more than 50 women. Plaintiffs argued they did nothing wrong by posting their opinions in a private online group called Are We Dating the Same Guy? Honestly, these groups are literally doing the Lord's work, because how are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know these things? Thank God for these Facebook groups. The judge found no evidence of conspiracy and granted an anti-slap motion, which prevents the abuse of the legal system to silence individuals who speak out. Oh, Muffin, you said that people are telling people that you're a cheater, yeah, you don't like that. Ooh. The judge found that based on the evidence presented, the court did not see any possibility of Murray prevailing against the defendants on any claim he made. God, it's just like sweet poetic justice, isn't it? Because it's actually freaking hilarious that you think that you can go and like sue women for like talking about you and like finding out that you're cheating on all of them. Like, what? It's gotta be really, really bad if you had like a thread going about you. Truth be told, I'm fairly certain that like dating apps should have like a rating system. I feel like people would kind of abuse it. That's the thing. That's why these Facebook groups kind of exist. But like, how beneficial would it be to find out that,
Oh, this guy is a total creep and wanted me to meet up with him in a graveyard.
kind of like restaurants where it's just like, oh, this place has absolutely disgusting food and horrible service. They treated me like... Why don't we have that for dating profiles? It would save us a lot. Oh, you know why? You know why? Because it would remove half the customer base.
2 years ago, I was in a relationship with a man for 5 years, like five and a half, and we lived together for 3.5 years in my apartment with my name on it that I got for us to start our adult lives together. And one day, I started noticing hair in the shower drain, in his shower drain, because we had 2 bedrooms, and we lived in his, but he worked from home, so while he was doing that, I would go hang out in the extra room, my room. But one day, we're getting into the shower together, and I noticed that there's, like, how do you pronounce it? Balayaged strands of hair.
Who knows?
I'm a woman! I know this stuff. And I'm like, okay, that that doesn't look like my hair, now does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's got a reddish tint to it. And it like changes throughout the strands, and I can tell it's a real strand of hair. It's not like a wig, it's not extensions, it's real hair, and it's somebody's. So I'm like, whose hair is this? And I'm also noticing a bunch of blonde hair. So 2
multiple
women's
people,
hair
yeah.
I'm noticing in the shower. And he's like, I would never cheat. I don't have the time. We're together 24/7, which is true, except for when I would go work at Trader Joe's for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So he made me feel like I was crazy, gaslight out of me, and would be like, I'll just leave you if you're gonna start accusing me of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, no, don't worry about it, whatever. Then, like, a couple days later, we go to get into the shower together, and this man takes off his shirt. He has no idea that there are scratches all the way down his back from 2 hands with some very long nails. Now, it wasn't me! It was not me! We can see that. And I'm just like, oh my god! Are you, like, sleeping with someone else? And he turns around and goes, who? What? No! Girl, you're crazy! What makes you think that? And I'm like, have you looked at your back in the mirror in, like, the past 28 to 48 hours? And he's like, I did that myself. These scratches, that was me. I was itchy. So I look at this man. We're in the shower together. And I'm like, okay, then take your hands and recreate it on your own back. Since you're
Good idea.
You did it, I want you to do it again.
Good idea.
And he couldn't reach. And I'm like, yeah, you dumb.
Bye.
You really tried it. And the whole time he was always like, I love you, I'm gonna marry you, like, I would never cheat on you, I don't have the time. They have the time, ladies. They have the time.
Yeah, they'll find the time.
Like, while I was working at Trader Joe's, this man was hustling women over to our apartment with my name on it. Unbelievable.
Stronzo. I cannot believe that. Especially the trying to explain away the scratches on his back.
I did that myself. I did this all the way down.
Can't even reach. You can't even reach, dude. You definitely can't do the that kind of scratch. Oh, you know that kind of scratch. I know you know that kind of scratch. This scratch. The sheer audacity of this man. I hate how all of these stories are similar, you know what I mean? It's all these women that just do so much for their men. They own the houses, they own the cars that the men's use. The dirty man. Did he ever admit it? How did you guys eventually break up? He never admitted to it, kept lying, and finally I realized I was staying with him to try and get some sort of closure I wasn't gonna get, and we broke up. Girl, those scratches should have been a get out the door sign. Like literally, caboose out. You want me to come over and do it for you? I will kick with my Birkenstock. My shiny Birkenstock right in there. You don't want this Birkenstock up your ass. It is thick. All right, last one, because I want to hear from a guy.
I can't believe this happened to me. We just caught a cheater on Valentine's Day from one of my followers. So, thank you to Fernando for allowing me to tell the story. I'm so sorry that it happened, but Fernando, a few days ago, messaged me and he goes, "Hey man, I know you're retired from DJing. Is there any possibility you can pull up for my Valentine's Day surprise that I'm going to give to my girlfriend?" He was going to propose to her, and he and the girl are massive fans of the channel. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you don't even have to pay me. I'm happy to do it for free. Just send me your info and I'll see what I can do. And by the luck, he lived 10 minutes away. So I was like, oh, perfect. I'll show up and take a few photos. And then it was going to be a 2-3 minute thing. And then we bounce. I get there and we meet up a few blocks away from the house. The mariachi's getting set up. And he's like,
the mariachi.
Not ready, bro. She's going to freak out when she sees you. And then he pulls out a 2,000 rose bouquet.
Oh, my.
Like, bro, you need help with that? He goes, yeah, bro, it's pretty heavy. So I'm helping him out with the 2,000 rose bouquet. And, we're joking around. And where'd you find this? He goes, en el pinche suave, bro. And I'm happy for Fernando, bro. And I'm like, yeah, bro, this is awesome. I get to do something cool for a follower, for a fan. This happened yesterday, okay? And then we set up everything, and then we start hauling to the house because we're a few blocks away. And then Fernando, who's sitting next to me in the car, he breaks into a cold sweat, and he's freaking out. And I'm like, Fernando, ¿qué pasó, bro? ¿Te está dando chorro or what? He goes, dude, someone's parked in my driveway, and I don't know who that is. You see, he was supposed to be at work, but he called the day off so that he can do the surprise for his girlfriend. So then we freak out. Fernando's recording the whole thing, so I'm sure Fernando has already posted it or is going to post his perspective. So we start pulling into the house, and then I'm literally behind Fernando, straight up in a stack formation. And he opens the door, and, we can hear the thralls of lovemaking.
On Valentine's Day?
He bum rushes the door to his master bedroom, and I'm right behind him. And we caught the girlfriend of Fernando with the landlord.
The landlord!
Person they pay rent to.
No!
With Fernando's girlfriend.
Fernando! Oh my god! No! She did that on purpose. I swear to God. On Valentine's Day, dude, you didn't think that, maybe your boyfriend was gonna be pulling up with some flowers for you at some point? You think, oh, this is the perfect time to get it on with the landlord. Perfect timing. Honestly, I think she wanted to get caught at that point. Because, as a couple, you're gonna be seeing each other on Valentine's Day at some point. Especially if you live together. So, how did you think this was gonna go well? How did you think this was going to go? Prayers for Fernando and for all of these other poor souls who had their hearts broken. F in the chat.